Hey everyone. I think. Is it okay?
What? What the fuck?
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Coordinated Live from Token Dubai. Again, we are back with another episode from the ETH Dubai venue. So we have Filip from Redstone. He leads BD out there. We'll discuss about all the latest updates which Redstone is going through. We'll discuss about how Redstone is using Eigenlayer and related stuff. We'll be super short, crisp, and very focused too about Redstone's way of scaling oracles. But like, thanks, Filip. I know we haven't given you time. We just met 5 minutes back. We just rushed you in and did this. Super thanks for doing this.
No worries. Thank you for the invite, guys.
Awesome. I think before we talk about Redstone a little bit, we'll just want to know a little bit about you, about your responsibilities at Redstone, what you're looking at, and like a little bit about your background, how you came into Web3 and also in Redstone.
Yeah, for sure. So, Filip, official BD for Redstone here. Unofficially, they also call me DeFi Degen, because I do a lot of stuff like on the Redstone and all those new ecosystems. So I'm mostly responsible for final dApps integration. So there are plenty of parties that we work with, right? Those are usually chains, so L1s, L2s, all the ecosystems we come to, asset issuers. So let's say EtherFi's, Renzos, or I don't know, BTC LRT, or ETH LRT, or whoever else providers, and then dApps. And I actually am mostly working on the dApp side of things. And so trying to look for new protocols that are in need of oracles, or simply caring for the clients that we already have, looking at what their needs are or looking at new ecosystems, like Hyperliquid, for example, where most of the dApps use us.
Awesome. I think in the last like one quarter, I'll say mainly in 2025, we have seen kind of a hockey stick growth of Redstone, like the growth in TVLs, growth in the city mind share, and it's like you're everywhere. Like Redstone is there for like a pretty long amount of time with like there are like so many oracles and stuff out there. But any like if you can take us through the growth cycle of Redstone mainly in the past 2 quarters, and like can be some key parameters or can be some major releases which kind of accelerated that. I just want to know you all those things from you.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I think a huge growth started early 24, when we actually started getting more and more TVL. Then I think, was it early 24 when we started capturing the whole ETH staking narrative? So, you know, all the other oracles were simply too slow or had pricing solutions not good enough. We did this whole fundamental price feeds thing instead of like simple liquidity-based asset pricing. For those of you not familiar, like fundamental feeds allow you to retrieve price on the asset based on smart contract data instead of DEX liquidity, for example. And that is usually way more way less prone to manipulation and preferred by a lot of lending markets. So that was our shiny thing. Right now, for example, we're doing a lot of BTC, proof of reserves. I think I would say we're even a leader on that front as well. So in short, I think we basically delivered what the DeFi needed, and we were the first ones to do so. So they went to other Oracle provider and it took too long time or too much. It costed too much. And that's a big differentiator of Redstone. Yeah, so like mostly those on-chain native assets. Later on, like just recently, the RWA narrative. So the fact that we have the deal with Securitize, we deliver data for BlackRock built tokenized fund, which is also probably going to be used pretty broadly in DeFi. We also have a partnership with Etina for this USDTB, but also for USDE itself. And I think on top of that, just like last sentence, Redstone is one of the very few oracles that are actually used by blue chip protocols, right? So we have those multiple very big lending markets, like I don't know, Venus to something Bill, Pendle. It's not a lending market, but still a big protocol, or Morpho or Compound. In the past, they only used Chainlink. now there are a couple of markets that only use Chainlink and Redstone, right? So we really see that the shift is happening there, and I think Redstone, due to its tech and reliability, the fact that it had never any issues in the past, is basically very often the first choice of the protocols.
I think just you were raising, I think Chainlink. I think when you were in the in the speaking event also, when you were talking about, I think you just mentioned something in the inevitable relation of Oracle is Chainlink. I think we are seeing that, and now I think you can give the perfect number of the market share, but it has for sure came down for Chainlink. And just want to know about the from the Redstone perspective. I know you're highlighting the USPs of the of Redstone, but if you can just highlight three main like in simple pointers, what are the three strong points or the differentiators of Redstone in comparison to Chainlink, or maybe the entire crypto Oracle space?
Yeah, for sure. I would say high variety of assets and very good pricing mechanism, pricing discovery mechanism for on-chain native stuff. Obviously, high variety of chains are present and out of the box EVM compatibility. And three, I would say our openness to experiment and try new stuff, right? So you saw I just gave a presentation on the OEV extraction, right? And those are like quite a big additional revenue stream for all the protocols. And this is just one of the, like, let's say, value added that we're down to provide. So there are a lot of like very custom and different things we did. For example, another one is, except for OEV, Mega ETH Redstone Bolt, we call it. So 2.4 millisecond Oracle, the fastest Oracle out there. And we're just open to new ideas, right? We're exploring, we're having fun, while being very reliable.
Yeah, I think one thing, as you were mentioning, I have personally seen and followed up that Redstone has been top of all the narratives with like the RWAs when started from the ETH restaking, which came. I think that kind of brought a significant amount of traction, and the recent Mega ETH Bolt, which kind of released. I think that also is pretty much has pushed Redstone and kind of cementified its position in the entire space. I'll go back a little bit and just want to touch base on the little bit of ETH restaking part, because I think in the Eigenlayer ecosystem there are two oracles which are well known, Oracle and Redstone. Those are pretty big. What exactly like is Redstone using Eigenlayer for some specific specific ways, if you can want to highlight, or like how the partnership between Eigenlayer has Redstone has kind of maybe accelerated Redstone's TVL, the total value maybe the total value secured. Anything you can just share on that will be great.
For sure. Maybe why did we use Eigenlayer, right? So basically, let's say use case of the token for Oracle protocols is usually the same. So there's basically data providers, node operators, and a simple slashing mechanism where data provider needs to stake certain amount of tokens in order to be getting paid for delivering the data. And he needs to implement that staking to his node. And if he delivers the wrong data or tries to be a bad actor whatsoever, he gets slashed, right? And now, why should we build the whole staking infrastructure from scratch if there is like significant, like very big staking infrastructure ready, broadly adopted, and let's say pretty hyped in the space, right? So that's mostly the reason why we decided to use Eigenlayer and even like turn on our own AVS there. So yeah, that's also like tapping to their security and, you know, enabling the whole network of different Eigenlayer assets that you can allow into APS for shared Oracle security.
Another recent unlock of like Redstone is the red token. I don't want to go in the like about the how token is performing and all. That's not what we do. But just want to know about how red token is kind of coming in the entire Redstone map, like some utilities and use cases of how the red is being used in the protocol. Just want to know.
So you can stake your red right now in the Redstone AVS. With that, you get red rewards, but you also get Eigen rewards on top. Also, just recently, we announced the first red buyback which we basically did with our own revenue. And you can expect more buybacks coming in the future. So
yeah, awesome. I think before we conclude, one quick thought will be around the roadmap of Redstone. I think we have seen pretty extensive stuffs have been going. I think Mason, I've talked with him. He is also pretty locked in shipping stuffs.
yeah,
But if we can just
Martin is giga locked in all the time. So
and just want to know about what's kind of coming up next, which you can share about Redstone's immediate plans and roadmap.
yeah, for sure. I mean, I would say we are very high in terms of I wouldn't say we won the game. There's still a lot of things to be done. But I think keeping our position, that's definitely one point because we're around 9.5 this morning billion of total value secured by our oracles, which is, let's say, really good growth from 0 2 years ago. And I think we want to get more and more blue chips actually relying on Redstone, right? So that would be probably the most important part. We're also all the time exploring with additional value that an Oracle can bring to the table, right? So the whole OEV extraction stream, which is already developed on the technical side, but now we want to work on more implementations of it because this is literally free money for the lending markets that is just for now extracted by liquidators and MEV researchers themselves, which can be captured by an Oracle and the protocol, right? So it's a good selling point. And we'll keep on working on a lot of additional stuff that will be coming up soon as well.
Awesome. I think we can have more discussion with when Mas is little free about the more technical side of the things or how Redstone is kind of gearing up other stuffs for various new things which are going to come. Super thanks, Filip, for doing this on a short notice. Thanks for having pleasure to talk with you.
Yeah, likewise. Thank you, guys.